was addicted the minute I picked up a dumbbell. Ever since then, I haven't missed a training session. I haven't missed meals. My dedication for bodybuilding has always been a do or die approach. I believe in having no regrets. Go hard or go home. That's been my way of life. You know, if you're gonna do it, go all the way. If you're not, don't bother. Don't waste your time. Would you rather live 70 years as a lamb or 30 years as a lion? I knew that bodybuilding was all or nothing. It was do or die. I never strived to try and be different. I just was different, and I wasn't about to mold myself into what everybody else thinks is socially acceptable.
Spartans! What is your profession?
I never did anything. I never went out. I never drank. I never partied. Not one thing. I would miss family events because of how dedicated, how bad I wanted this. I achieved something that most will never even fathom. All the time that I spent, busting my ass to do this, I don't regret it. I don't regret a second of it.
You can do anything you put your mind to. Reality is whatever you want it to be. For you to make the change is totally possible. You just have to want it bad enough. Living in this world and in this chaotic environment, it is a survival of the fit type situation. And to think that a lion isn't going to eat you because you were nice to it is ridiculous.
A lot of times I've said, people told me, it'd be okay if you give up. You've done a lot, you've been through a lot, accidents and injuries and stuff like that. It's okay if you can't keep going. We understand, but that just makes me go harder. Makes me want to prove everybody wrong. Prove the naysayers wrong. Lost a leg and they're still training, they're still doing something. Like, these guys are, warriors, how do they do this? So I draw strength from people as well, not just myself, you know what I mean? get a lot of emails. I get a lot of comments on my pictures, on social media, and these people tell me that I'm their motivation, their idol, their whatever it may be, and I go, I can't let these people down. This is what I'm here for. This is my purpose in bodybuilding. I'm here to train and be the best for me, but at the same time, I think my main purpose is to motivate other people, keep them going. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a good feeling to do something that people think you can't do. It's that's all the reward I need.
Oh my God, in this world where even a good man like my old man is gonna die screaming, there's no point in not trying to achieve every fucking dream that I have.
You face your fears, you become the person you want to be. You run from your fears, you're not living. You're alive, but you're not taking the freedom.
This is kind of hard to understand, but sometimes you can try so hard at something. Sometimes you can be so prepared and still fail. And with every time you fail, it's painful. It causes sadness. I've often said a man's character is not judged after he celebrates a victory, but by what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up.
I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do.
When a seed is planted in the ground, all you can do is water it. You cannot control the sunshine, you cannot control the weather, and you cannot control what the locusts will come and try and destroy it. All you can do is plant your seed in the ground, water it, and believe. That is what allowed me to be in this position right now. I would not stop believing.
say tonight that I'm gonna work harder, that I'm gonna be more dedicated. I'm gonna put more time in the gym. That's impossible. What I'm gonna say to all of you tonight that are gonna listen, everybody here, everybody watching, I won't be stopped. I can't be stopped.
The champions, guys. It's not their potential, it's not their genetics. It's their perseverance to always show up, always willing to fail, because in failure, that's part of success. Success is not, a marathon of life with just ups. Success is formulated through failures, through facing your fears, through falling down and getting back up. That's what creates the champion. Success does not define us. We define the success.
I would say that when it comes to size or anything like that, I did never feel like I wanted more. But I wanted more of perfection. But the key thing is to set little goals, to do the training every day, to eat the right way, and you're gonna go and hit those marks. Then you move the bar higher, and that is what differentiates the winner from the loser. And you feel that with hard work, you can achieve the goals and you can become successful. And this is the great thing about bodybuilding, because if you get good in that and accomplish your goals, you know you can use the same principles for everything else.
Because there's always people out there that will tell you that you will not be able to do that, forget it. It's a stupid dream that you have, or a crazy vision. Don't listen to the naysayers.
It's a weird thing that is happening on stage, that no one can pull in their stomach anymore for a long period of time and stand on stage with a vacuum and pull their stomach, shoulders out, and to look athletic.
Don't be afraid to fail. I mean, how far can you fall? Here's the ground. That's as far as you can fall. So you get, winners always get up, dust themselves off, and move on.
Mr. Olympia, the one and only, the greatest, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I give you guys a message or encourage you to do something, is just do something you believe in. And don't think about the money, or don't think about fame, or any of that bullshit. But if you do something you believe in, and you hold yourself to it with consistency and sacrifice and dedication, you'd be surprised where you end up.
life goes on with or without you, and how you use your time is really important because your life matters. It's not for nothing. It matters for a lot, and it matters to a lot of people. And you know, we spend so much time giving attention to the silly, stupid, and superficial stuff, and we hardly ever, all of us, me too, you know, I'm very aggressive, very intense about my ideas, my thoughts, my beliefs, my way of doing things. And I do that primarily because it helps me not take shit from myself. It helps me get on board quick and make things happen and do what I need to do. But we all put the things that are really important. We never make those priorities, real priorities. And we take for granted so much that every day we're just going to wake up and we're going to go through the same routines and get to see the same people. They're going to be there when we come home at night, and every day's just going to be like the other. But right now, even as I'm recording this video, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people all over the world who are just now getting noticed that you know, somebody that they care about or somebody that they knew their life has been taken by surprise, unexpectedly, by some accident or heart attack or something like that. None of us know how long we're going to be here. So it's a moment to take pause and think about your life and what you do with your time, and to not only to concentrate on making the best of your life, but to also make your life meaningful in the most important ways.
You can't rest, because everything, the future of this organization, the future of this institution, the future of this program, is every single dollar, every single play is riding on your shoulders, guys.
If you're asking yourself whether or not you gave the best you had to give, the chances are pretty good, just simply because you're asking yourself that you didn't. And in the gym, that means leaving big, huge puddles of guts all over the damn floor. I'm looking around and I see a lot of little puddles of guts, but I don't see very many big ones. I'll be damned if I'm not going to have to do this workout over again. If you want to be done with something, do it right the first time.
And what I have to say to you, if you want to know how I think about life, how I go about my life, how I go about my daily life is, no! You don't need to ask others for fucking answers. They're there in you, if you will ask yourself.
To me, it is a way of life, and I don't even know what life is like without training. You know, I train every day, and it's in my blood. I've started at CrossFit, like I said, more than 40 years ago, and I will go to my grave with it. I mean, it's just, it means everything to me.
Every time I went to the gym and trained in a gymnasium, it was like, in my mind, to get a step closer to this goal. So I couldn't wait to go to the gym.
It is the mind that really creates the body. It's the mind that makes you really work out 4 or 5 hours a day. It is the mind that visualizes of what the body ought to look like as the finished product. If you do not see it, and if you do not believe it, who else will? The body is very important, but the mind is more important than the body. We have to visualize what the body ought to look like in order to make it win, because that's what creates then the will that you need to go to the gym every day, the will that makes you go into the 4 steps, the will that makes you go beyond when you do your 500-pound reps in the squats and you can't do another rep and your body is shaking.
Don't take everybody's word for everything. Don't read something and believe that shit. Try it out for yourself. Find out if it works or it doesn't work. And people out there, they're gonna say, oh, well, you're taking steroids. They're not bullshit. Believe me, the more you put into anything, the more you're gonna get out. The longer you train, the more you eat, the more you sleep, the better results you're gonna get. If I'm eating 12 meals a day, I'm training 3 hours a day, and I'm sleeping 10 hours a day, I'm gonna get better fucking results than the guy that's training an hour a day, eating 6 meals a day, and sleeping 6 hours a day. It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals. Jesus Christ.
they have to be about it, not talk about it. So this is for you, Mute Nation. Believe that.
It's been a long journey to get to where I am, but I would walk it all over again, and I have no regrets. And it created the environment and the situations and the family that I have today. So I'm very blessed, and I owe a lot of that to this art form and lifestyle. My life, the path that I've walked has always been against the grain, I guess you could say, right? Against the grain. I'd never strive to try and be different. I just was different, and I wasn't about to mold myself into what everybody else thinks is socially acceptable or the norm. I see that as that's not really living. If you're not living in a way that you wake up every day and you're completely happy, how are you living? Is that living? I don't think it is.
The hustle standing, flag no fail. Hold strong, people. Hold strong. Revolutionary, front line standing, solitary. Mind state, kinda scary. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and put me on the front line. 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 Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. I'm battle tested. Hold strong. Till the end, follow me if you can. Heart beating faster. Don't forget to breathe and put me on the front line. Put me on the front line. Put me on the front line. Put me on the front line.